Kasi while waiting for
Ako
my bank,
bayan,
ginagamit
so
ko yung
welcome to my
Wise
channel.
as
And
my
for
credit.
today, dahil may nagtanong sa isang video natin, and today let's talk about hot topic na magkano nga ba ang kailangan nating ihanda kung gusto mong mag-aral dito sa New Zealand, from tuition to living expenses and lahat yan sasagutin natin in this video. So before anything else, I would like to introduce myself. I am Faith. I am currently an international student here in New Zealand, and this will just be based on my experience, malaman yung mga data na i-share ko sa inyo. And also, I did my research kung ano nga ba yung mga range of tuition kasi it will really vary from what we're going to take and what school, of course, that we are going to choose. And for the cost of living, importante din kasi na malaman kung saan kang lugar mag-settle. Isa din factor yun. So, let's get started. I'll put here on my right side kung magkano nga ba yung mga breakdown for you to know. So, this video recording or review is 2025. So, just in case lang na mapanood mo to in the past or in the future. So, please also do your research as well. So, let's get started. For the tuition, as I said, it really depends on school and course. So, for the bachelor's degree, um, you have to prepare around 22,000 to 32,000 NZ per year. So it will be around 700,000 to 1 million per year. Then next, for master's degree, you need to have 26,000 to 37,000 NZ. So that's around 880,000 to 1.3 million per year. And for the PhD programs, you have to prepare 6,000 to 10,000 NZ or 200,000 to 300,000 in peso per year. And ano lang yan, estimate pa yan. Let's say, pero be safe, kung tatanungin nyo ko kung magkano yung prepare ko, around like, per yung parang I think safe kasi 1 million to 1.5 to 2 million per year. Kasi really depends talaga on your school. And then next, living expenses. Ito, upon my application sa embassy, immigration, they say, ang require sa akin would 700,000 in peso or 20,000 NZ for year of living expenses provided na 1 year ako magto. Yun yung computation nila, 1 year of stay. And then single naman ako. So, yun yung budget. Yun yung show money ko for living expenses. Pero if meron kang dependents, ayan, kasama kang family member, um, I'm not the person to ask about it. Pero usually, madadagdagan talaga yun. Okay, for living expenses. So, for accommodation, there are schools that offers on-campus accommodation. So, they have dormitories. So, just give a rough estimate of 300,000 pesos to 500,000 pesos per year. That's around 9,000 NZ to 15,000 NZ. And then for off-campus naman, so this one you will be leaving like flatting. They call this flatting. You would like going to rent a one bedroom space, a house. So that's around 400,000 to 700,000 per year in peso. That's around 12,000 to 22,000 NZ. Yeah. And syempre, if you're going to rent house, it's much expensive. Mahal ang bahay dito sa New Zealand. So, of the homeowners or sometimes family renters, they do it like there is really a spare. They find like an individual to rent there para makadagdag sila. And then, other cost would be like groceries, utilities, transport, health insurance. For food kasi, actually, ito depende kasi talaga to sa'yo. Magastos ka ba or matipid ka. Kaya, hindi ako makapag-flat out ng budget. For I mean, suggested for you. Pero one thing kasi dito sa New Zealand is, I observe, kapag basic needs, like yung mga dairies, bread, basta food, parang comparing lang sa cost sa Philippines. For me lang, parang mura siya, ganun. Not unlike pag ano na yung mga ones mo na mas mahal siya. Ang basis ko lang dito would be yung parang, let's say kasi minsan nag-convert pa tayo eh. Ayun, mas mura dito yung mga basic needs. And then for utilities kasi, usually may mga landlords na sinasama na nila yung or electricity and internet sa rent mo. You know, and ang ini-exclude na lang nila usually yung pagkain. You know, and mas makakatipid ka pala dito sa New Zealand in terms of food pag nagluluto ka other than like eating out every day. Mahal yun. Because if from Philippines tayo, no, assume lagi naman, halos lagi ng mga nakita ko mga pagkain or meal would cost like 20 NZ. So 20 times, let's say 30 yung conversion. Like in just one meal, you're gonna spend like 600 pesos. Pero kasi if you are really earning na, kunwari, you're earning mo 8 hours ka nag-work per day times yung median 35 NZ. Sorry, 33 pala. 33 times 8. So, get to um, have 264 NZ per day. Pero kasi may tax yun. So, mababawasan ka pa ng tax. So, palagay mo na ang take home mo lang around mga 200 per day. Median wage earner ka. Pero kasi kung hindi yun, edi medyo tipid. Ganun. Medyo mahal yun. Pero really, really depends on you. And then, for the transportation, is a good thing. May mga, you're a master student, kasi master student ako. I'm a master student, so I'm entitled to have like 1 year free of bus fare within my city. Pag outside Palmerston North na, ano, may bayad na. Pero within North, I get to just present my ID to bus driver and then yay, free ride tayo dyan. Pero usually, ang nakikita kong cost sa bus would be per biyahe. Then, for the health insurance naman, ito kasi New Zealand really requires you to have an insurance before going to their country. For me, I chose Southern Cross and it's around roughly estimate lang 27 to 30,000 per year. Insurance na yun in peso. There you go. And then next for the ito application of visa. Application of student visa. For the student fee, uh, it's around 750 NZ or around 25 to 30,000 pesos. Dati kasi before October 2024, it was 15,000 pesos. First time lang nila nagtaas. Parang medyo doble, di ba? And then flight, one way going to New Zealand, it's around 1,500 to 3,000 NZ or 51,000 to 100,000 pesos. Rough estimate. Kasi airline, depende kung kailan ka magbubok ng flight. If you're advanced, good thing kasi mas mura yung fare. Ano. And kung ako lang ang tatanungin, kasi napamahal kasi ako sa flight eh. Pero ano, sulit naman for me. Or siguro dahil hindi ko alam kung pangyari. Medyo napamahal ako. Maganda yung Singapore Airlines for me. Pero that would be another video. Kasi yun yung airline ko. And may wifi on board even if economy. Pero ang mura din. Qantas, Cathay. And next, that would be on another video. Coming from a single person na, ano ba, 2 to 4 million in peso. Kasama na din yung tuition, kasama na din yung 2 years mo na money. Kasi, and other expenses. Kasi, ano, pag you're living in the province, you will really need a car. Actually, it's really one of a necessity here in New Zealand. Kaya may part of me din na sometimes limited to apply for work kasi yung iba naghahanap talaga sila ng ano, car. Pero syempre, dun muna tayo sa hindi mo na kailangan ng car kasi we're starting out. Um, I-take advantage na kumuha ng Philippine driver's license sa Philippines kasi pwede siya sa New Zealand. Ayun lang. That would be more details for another video. And eto, tatanungin nyo pala ako, Faith, paano pala kasi ganito? Magpa-plan ako na, ayun nga, dalhin yung show money, ano bang, paano ba yung, paano siya dinala, ganyan. I highly, highly recommend to use Wise. Kasi, buhay ko dito. Even hindi na ako nagdala ng cash sa New Zealand, basta may Wise card ako. Really of big, big help. Promise. Kasi while waiting for my bank, ginagamit ko yung Wise as my credit. Na-tap ko lang siya dito. Tapos na to, hindi pala uso. Hindi naman uso. Like, mostly, most of the establishments, I'm use cashless way of paying because of the card, probably. Hindi na kailangan ng physical money. Pero yun nga, yung mga, let's say, mga small market, yung mga, let's say, parang early morning market, yun, kailangan din. Pero yung, when you're buying in the mall, eating out in a restaurant, shopping, and di na kailangan ng ano, ng cash. So, better take. That's enough. That's the end of my this very quick video, and I hope you learned something. And thank you so much, everyone. See you next time. Bye.